left Zambezi National Park, following the eastern boundary road, and now I'm heading to Kazuma Pan, which is not far from the southern part of the Zambezi National Park, some 60 kilometers away. Driving here makes me feel like being on the remotest part of a huge park. See animals around, elephants, kudus, impalas, but this road seems to have very little use, if any. It's been a while since I saw the last fresh wheel tracks, and that only means that very few people use this road. I have seen more elephants since I left Zambezi National Park when I was inside the park. All this area is full of elephants. There is no legend on the map about the land that I'm crossing before getting to Kazuma Pan. I don't know if this is private or if it's a communal land or a safari area or a reserve. What I'm going to do is I will keep driving until I get right before the park, and I will wild camp there because I don't want to camp inside the park, and tomorrow morning I will continue. It's already 5 p.m. and I have a terrible headache because of the rabies vaccine, and I don't want to drive anymore. Alright, this is right outside the park, and it seems like a good place to camp. My GPS says that I'm already inside Kazuma Pan National Park, but I didn't see anything at all saying that you were there. There are no signboards, of course there is no fence, no gates, nothing at all. It just, if you don't have a GPS, you may think that you're just driving on another road. The night was very quiet. I didn't hear any animals calling at night, and when you don't hear animals at night, usually the day is very slow. I hope this park proves me wrong. All this is very dry, even the mopanes are dry. The good thing about this park is that the landscape is so flat and open that if there are animals here, I will spot them right away. The bad thing is that Matete Safari area is a hunting area, and maybe the animals are scared of people and they will run away as soon as they see me. The landscape looks very different to all those parks that I've seen in Zimbabwe. This looks more like a Botswana park, and in fact, Botswana is just 20 kilometers away from here. If you keep driving to the right, which is to the west, you would get to the borderline in 20 kilometers. So this looks like what you find on the other side of the border. That is the salt pans, the southern Kai pans, or the Makarahari pans. But the landscape is very similar. 3 giraffes. The zebras again running away. Giraffes, zebras, all of them running away. Probably the animals here are scared. There's a big group of zebras down there. This is some tall grass. I've walked the river and it doesn't look deep. Let's go for it. That's the first sign that I've seen all morning. The river runs on the left side. So this road follows the river course. The river is on the right side, which is amazing because it's not a dry river. It's not really a big river, but the water is flowing, and I don't know where from, because everything else around looks very dry. The place is full of elephant dung. all this northern part of the park during the wet season can be really challenging. The ground is black cotton soil, and if you are planning to come here during the wet season or right after the wet season, be careful because chances are that you're gonna get stuck easily. This is an interesting part. The black soil, the red of the leaves, and the yellow grass. The combination of these three colors is really interesting. This is the northern boundary road and I'm heading west. I'm trying to find the road that will take me southbound. Problem is that my map shows no other roads here. So let's cross our fingers so I don't have to drive all the way back. I'm driving on sand, but this is a good road. Problem is that I just saw a few giraffes and nothing else. And the bush is damaged and there's a lot of dung. But it's a dry dung, and maybe the elephants were here during another time of the year because I don't see them around. Not today. That doesn't look good at all. Those wheel tracks on the road are very old. I guess that this road is only used by the park rangers when they are patrolling here. I must be 500 meters away from the border with Botswana, and my map shows that there is a small road that goes parallel to the borderline, which is north to south, and I could use that road to go to the other side of the park. This road is right on the border, and on the other side there's the famous Hunters Road. The Hunters Road, which is a few meters from the borderline on the Botswana side. So this is it. This is it. This is the road that goes south, and on the other side there's like a ditch separating both countries. What is left of this signpost, and it's difficult to know what it says, but looks like it says beyond. Ing and bound. Probably do not go beyond, or do not go, or not crossing, something like that. So probably the cart is right on the borderline. So the truck is there. Just walk like 20 meters and you get here. And this is the Hunters Road. This is the southbound, northbound. Right now I'm in Botswana and going back to Zimbabwe because I didn't see anyone in more than 24 hours, but when you least expect it, problems show up. So I'm back in Zimbabwe. I'm legal again. Yeah, definitely that derelict sign is the borderline. I could say that I'm driving on the Zimbabwe Hunters Road. The other one, the Botswana Hunters Road, is not more than 10 to 15 meters from here. I see it all the time and both are parallel. What I don't know is the reason why this is not as famous as the Botswana counterpart. What it's clear is that in the Botswana side there is a proper road, and on this side this is a minor road, rarely used. Actually the road is not that bad. It is overgrown and the elephants have damaged many trees, and you will find broken branches and broken trees on the road sometimes, and you have to go around them, leaving the road. And the Botswana side looks better than this one, but this is definitely drivable. And as you can see, the Botswana road is right there. Now it's even closer, probably less than 10 meters away. You can tell it's a much better road. Here, well, you see.
This metal post here is what marks the border between both countries.
This place is so remote, and it took me so long to get to this road that when I finally saw the Hunter's Road on the Botswana side, I thought that I was close to people or civilization or the chance to see another car coming on the other road. But it's funny to think that finding the Hunter's Road makes you think that you are closer to other people, because if you think about it, the Hunter's Road is one of those iconic roads that everybody thinks that it's far from everywhere. So it gives you an idea of how remote this place is. The Mopani forest is gone and I'm driving through the pan now. And as you can see, the road is not good. It's not good at all. This looks like black cotton soil, and unfortunately it's dry now. But if you happen to be driving here during the wet season, get ready because you could end up in deep shit. On the Botswana side, which is the right side, this is called the Soloko Plains, and it's definitely a pan. And on the Zimbabwe side, it is called Kazuma Pan. I don't know why they have different names, but it's definitely the same pan. These pans where you can see all the way to the horizon are amazing, and they always remind me of the northern Serengeti and Masai Mara plains. Of course, the number of animals is not the same. We are talking about Serengeti and Masai Mara, which are among the top 5 parks in Africa. All this part is beautiful. It looks like the grass is being burned and fresh grass is growing, and the views are amazing. I left the Hunter's Road and turned east again to go inside the park, and see there is a water hole and some elephants. That's a beautiful baobab, and that must be the campsite. But again, it looks like nobody has been here in ages. This park has so many different faces that if you close your eyes and you are put here, you would think that you are somewhere else.
That's a large herd of elephants. Many, many, many. There are many. Many of them are already living and they are behind the trees. But this is a large herd.
In waterholes like this, elephants and most of the animals look for the place where the water is pumped, because at that point the water is the cleanest. He wants to be in the movie. This is the South Boundary Road. The right side is inside the park and the left side is outside. This is a bad road again, but it goes through a beautiful pan.
And these are the first people that I've seen in the last 24 hours. So let's say hello. I talked to those guys, and they are from Big Falls, so they know the area. And I asked for the buffaloes because I read that there are big herds of buffaloes here, like 2,000 buffaloes, something like that. And they told me that all buffaloes are in a big herd, so either you see them all or you see none. That was a hike, and what they do is just hang around and see the animals that come to drink in the water hole. Zebras and wildebeest. That's at Sisebe. If I'm not mistaken, those are the first wildebeest that I've seen since I arrived to Zimbabwe, which is weird, because it's not a difficult animal to see anywhere else, but apparently here in Zimbabwe it is. It is surprising that there are hippos in this small water hole. It's not big enough.
This section of the road is much better. Much better.
Again, the borderline is 2 meters from the road, and the Hunter's Road on the Botswana side is right there. But this is not bad. So at this point you leave the Kazuma Pan National Park and you enter the Kazuma Forest Land. That's a watchtower to prevent forest fires. That's good. Problem here is that the metal poles that tells you where the border is in this area here are on the left of this road. That means that this road is in Botswana. Alright, seems that the road is going back to Zimbabwe. And this is the end of the Hunter's Road on the Zimbabwe side. I just hope that this is not locked. So if you go straight, you'll get to that gate, which is locked. Then the way out of here is turning east, which is what I'm going to do.
You leave the fence on the right, and that means that on the right side it's Botswana, and I want to be in Zimbabwe for a little longer. This road should take me through Matete Safari area, and from there I will turn south to Zambezi National Park.
I didn't want to drive anymore today, so I decided to camp near the Hunter's Road, and this is where I am. Beautiful forest and cooking my dinner. The truth is that those antibiotics that I'm taking are killing me. I'm tired all day and I can't wait to take the last one.